G'day YouTube, Max right here, and as we wind up 2020, I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're feeling excited. I personally could not possibly be more excited. 2021 is going to be absolutely amazing and life-changing. I think the Bitcoin price is set to go absolutely ballistic. But what is a realistic price target for December 2021? So right here in this video, we're going to discuss that. By the end of this video, you're going to know what the experts are saying, where the ranges lie, and then we're also going to make out the case for a very exciting January and also a very disastrous January. So find out what's held in store in the short term right here in this video. Before we get going, make sure you let me know in the comments right now. Give me an early prediction. What do you think the price will be at the end of December 2021? Let me know in the comments right now. I'll ask you again at the end of the video, see if your price has changed. But let me know right now what you think that is. So let's go over to check out this one here. So here are some of the Bitcoin price predictions on the board. We have the stock to flow model predicting $100,000 Bitcoin December 2021. We have Willy Woo. If you don't know Willy Woo, he's an on-chain analyst guru, meaning he takes a look at what's happening with the blockchain, seeing where the outflows are going. Is Bitcoin going to exchanges or being taken off exchanges? Things like that. He is calling on the low end of his range is $200,000. We've got Citibank coming out and predicting $300,000. We've got Guggenheim Partners coming out with a prediction of $400,000. We've got ARK Investment, Kathy Wood over there, coming out with $500,000. And JP Morgan comes up with $650,000 by December 2021. So we've got, it seems like, is there no number that's too high? Is there no number that's too ridiculous? And it seems like the answer is no. I mean, everyone is thinking that Bitcoin, not everyone, there's Peter Schiff out there who thinks Bitcoin's going to zero for the last 5 years straight. But for pretty much all the experts are saying that 2021 is going to be an epic year for Bitcoin. If you're not involved in Bitcoin yet, do not hesitate 1 second longer. Sit on the fence, but stay tuned to the end of this video because we will be talking about what is going to happen in January 2021. It might change your idea about when exactly you want to get into the market, but you need to get into the market soon because or else you're going to miss out on one of the best rides that we've ever had. I have never, ever been this excited. I've been involved in Bitcoin since 2012, and this is going to be something special. So, all right, let's get into it. So, let's just take a look at what's kind of happening here in the short term. Let's take a look at January right now. So here we are, and we can see we have just been on this epic run. These are weekly candles, right? And with the exception of these weeks, which wicked up and down, but the red bodies are very, very small. We have just been printing epic green candle after epic green candle, and you know that. We sit here at a price now just shy of 27,000. Way back, this is what I say way back. How many is this? 10 weeks ago? 10 weeks ago, we're at 12,000. So we've more than doubled. So this is going crazy. This is going parabolic. The question is, can it last? How long will this go on for? And the answer is it can't last forever. We do know there has to be something, but does it go up so high and then when it crashes back down, is it going to be still above the point that it's at right now? That's the tough part to answer. And I've got to admit, it's really, really hard to answer right now. I'm going to make the case for an amazing January in the next few weeks. And I'm going to make the case for a pretty terrifying, scary January. So let's see how that turns out. First, the bearish case. All right, I think what's important to know here is that just this week is the 21 moving weekly average. And just for historical perspective, this is 2017. Here's the bull market. Bitcoin typically comes down and it uses this 21 weekly moving average as support. Okay, all throughout this bull market, it was using the 21 weekly average as support. Some people say the 20 week, some people say the 21 week, but it very, very often uses this as support. We've already found it as support once, twice, 3 times. We've now gotten it extended. So the question is, how far extended is it? If it comes back down, where are we going to hit the 21 weekly moving average if we do that? So let's get out. If right now today, the 21 weekly average, this purple line here, we're going to start here. And how far extended are we? Right now at this present price, we are 75% extended. When it hit 28,000, we were 85% extended. Now, historically, that is a lot, but it is not unprecedented. So let's go back to this little run here. So this was in June of 2019. Bitcoin went from 3,000, ran up to 14,000. And during this period, it did get up to 120% overextension. Okay, and then we had a pretty miserable time after that. We came all the way back down to $4,000 right here, okay, from 14. So when it gets that overextended, that gets a little bit scary, right? I don't like to see it. I would have liked to have seen it pull back already, but it didn't. Bitcoin does its own thing, and it's off to the races. Now, this is the 2017 bull market, the famous $20,000 on December of 2017. How far over the 21 weekly moving average was it? It was 190%, right? So remember, right now we're like 85%. We had that big blow off 2019, it hit 120, but in 2017 it hit 190% over. But it's been hit bigger before and recovered. So let's just check it out. I think this one right here, we start here with, this was up 87%. Okay, we had a little pullback back to the 21 weekly moving average, and then it kept on going. Where else? I think here even. Let's check it out. Right here at this point. What is that at? That's at 96%. Extension above the moving, the 21 week moving average. And then let's check out, we haven't done this one yet, I don't think. Let's move this off so we get a little bit bigger and can be a little bit more precise. Where are we? 1, 2, 3. We're on that one. Let's check out what this one was. From here all the way up here, 110%. So you can see, with the exception of this 2017 monster 190% extension, we're kind of nearing the top of the range. 120, 190, that far over the moving average is kind of the limit. Now, we could go all the way back here, all the way back to December 2013, and then this one got a little bit silly. This one went all the way up to 400% over the 21-week moving average. And again, in this bull market, as long as we're here, I'll just show you, you can see it's using this 21 weekly moving average as support. Okay? So that's really consistent. When it breaks down below that 21 weekly moving average, that is a big red flag. And that's why I don't want to see it just crushing it like it's been doing. Obviously, it feels good in the moment, but I would have liked this to be a little bit more cautious. Now, you recall about a month ago, I made a video saying, how is the 2021 bull market going to be different than previous bull markets? And I said, because people are becoming so predicting, let's say, of what the 4-year cycles, I expected there to be a lot of exaggerated movements. And I think this is a perfect example of what I was talking about. This is a crazy, exaggerated movement, right? We came up to the all-time high, we dilly-dallied with it for like 20 days, and then just smashed through it and went right from 20 to 28 without even looking back. So I think this is a really crazy, over-exaggerated thing, and I think we could absolutely be getting ready for a pullback, okay? So another little factor here. When you're in a bull market, I think it's relatively common, you'll see right here by bull market, I think there's a lot more to go in this bull market, but we're at all-time highs. And what that means is everybody's in profit. So what I think there's a consequence of that, because it has tax consequences. If you sell in December, every single person who sells in December has to declare a profit. And then within a few days, the year ends, and you've got to send your money off to the government and pay your taxes on your profits. So I think what that does is it gets a lot of people to just hold back and says, well, I intend to sell, I've got to sell for whatever reason I need to sell for, but I'll just wait until January, and that way I won't have to pay the taxes for a whole 12 months later on those gains. And what it does is in December, it causes there's not enough supply, because people who are in the mood for selling and want to sell for all the various different reasons they sell, they hold back until January, and then you get a little bit of a glut in the market. So it's only happened a few times, like we're in that January-December crossover period where we're at all-time highs. 2017 was one. And you can see here we go up with massive green candles, and then just actually before the end of the year we get this down candle, another big candle, and then we post several red candles in a row. And if we go back to 2013, you'll see a similar kind of thing. We got to the highs here on the 2nd of December. We did it, went around, da 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 da, and then the 30th of December is up here. We're still, we're just within a little bit of the all-time high, and then we crashed down with a lot of red candles in January. So I wouldn't at all be surprised if we have a red January, or certainly some big red weekly candles in January, because this is just getting out of control. And I think a big portion of it is everybody who wants to sell in December, everyone is in profit. And what that means is you're going to have a big tax bill due in just the few times. You haven't got time to deploy that capital in something else and get some gains and maybe do it in some tax advantage thing like real estate or something like that. You don't have time to redeploy the capital. So you just hold off, you sell in January, and in January, now you've got a whole 12 months to redeploy that capital in some tax advantaged way, and you get some benefit. And that principle is true for everyone all over the world who have that calendar year. In the Southern Hemisphere in Australia, our tax year is summer to summer, same as you guys, so it's July to June. But for the Northern Hemisphere, that tax calendar is January to December, and it really does make a difference around this January-December timeframe. So given the two things, that we are massively overextended from this 21-week moving average, almost coming up to 90%. There might be one little pop-up here in the next few days, but I think that January will see a little bit of a sell-off, right? So that's the case against. We're massively overextended. January, there's so much more tax incentive to sell. Okay, that's the bearish case. Now, what about the bullish case? Again, this is for January. My overlook for the full 12 months of 2021 is ridiculously bullish, but I'll get to that in just a minute. So what happens here for the bullish case in December? Here's the challenge that the people have. This is FOMOing hard, and with really, really good reason. So it kind of ties in. 2021, in my opinion, and almost everybody's opinion who counts, is 2021 will be epic. I'll get into the reasons in a minute. But given that all the people on the sidelines are FOMOing in hard, they've just had Thanksgiving, they've just had Christmas. What happens during those times is there's a lot of talk, especially now. You don't get to hear about because you're not going to church, like because of COVID lockdowns. You're not socializing as much as you used to, but New Year's and Christmas forces some of those, and all of a sudden there's the new brother-in-law who holds court at the dinner table and talks about Bitcoin to a whole bunch of people who have never heard of Bitcoin or have never invested in it before. And there's this huge transfer of information which happens around this time of year, and a whole bunch of new people come in. And 2021 is going to be epic, and you got people going, oh my god, the price is going up, the price is going up, the price is going up. I just had someone yesterday they texted me and said, hey, I'm so excited, I just bought my first Bitcoin. Now, I've been telling them to buy for years, and I wouldn't have necessarily chose this minute to tell them to do so, but I said, great, congratulations, just make sure your big boy pants are on. It could be a really next rough month, but in 6 to 12 months, you're going to be ecstatic with your decision. So, and that's the advice I've got for everybody. So here's the challenge. The FOMO is real, and I have this advice. If you don't have any Bitcoin, I don't know if you can afford not to buy. Even though I'm very skeptical about January, we might have a tough time, I could be completely wrong, and we could be off to the races, and Bitcoin can be 100 grand before you know it, and you are sat on the sideline waiting forever, and I don't know if you can afford to miss out on that. Because look, if you buy at $28,000, and if it gets to $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in a year time, you're going to be ecstatic. You don't care if you bought at 28, you don't care if you bought at 25, you don't care if you bought at 19. You're ecstatic no matter what. And so I think that there's a really good arguments there that people are just going to have to keep on buying. What we've seen in the last several here, check it out, is a time-based correction, meaning the price gets run up, and then it just goes sideways for a little bit. It gets run up and goes sideways for a little bit. It's a little bit more visible on the daily. Let me show you that. And these are time-based corrections. So you see we run up, go sideways. Run up, go sideways. Time-based corrections. It's letting the time elapse so that the 21 weekly moving average can catch up, and then we go off to the races again. And that's been the theme of this. We haven't had any monster pullbacks. The last one we're going to go all the way back to March of 2020, which is when everything got smashed because of the COVID lockdowns. Everything else has been time-based corrections, just sideways movements, waiting for the 21 weekly moving average to catch up, and then we off to the races. And we could see that again. We might see just sideways movement here, waiting for the 21 weekly average to move up so that we're not so extended above it, and then off to the races again. So as time goes on, I would be more likely to say, if we're over here, we've just gone sideways for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I would say, maybe this correction is not coming, and it's time to get into Bitcoin big time. But right now, at the top of this big run, we'll have to see how it plays out. It can keep going for sure, but I think we're probably going to do a time-based correction. If not, the argument is in January we will do a price-based correction, and this will come back to meet the 21 moving average or somewhere near there, and off to the races we go. So the 21 weekly moving average is considered a floor, by the way. So we'll have to go back to the weekly to see where that's at, but I believe it's at about 15,000. The 21 weekly moving average right now is about 15,000, and it's going up in all kinds of crazy manner. So let's go from here, 15.4 to here, 14.2. I mean, it's going up $1,000 a week. The moving average is going up $1,000 a week. So I mean, this moving average is just crazy. So super, super exciting. Okay, let's tie that up. You know what? I will mention just for the bear case. I did just want to mention here is the RSI, and when the higher it goes, the greater indication it is of overextension. And we can see that we are the 2017 bull market. This was the 2017 20,000 top. And the RSI was showing we are less overbought than now. Okay, so the RSI is telling us that we are overextended. We haven't seen this level of RSI since 2013. When you remember, I showed we were 400% over the 21-week moving average. Right, so we've now gone past the 2017 RSI. If we look at the money flow here, we see it's up. It got even higher in that March 2019 bull, but we are at the same levels as the 2017 blow off top. So yeah, a lot of indicators here saying that we're at a top, but 2021 is going to be special. So let's get into that now. Why is it going to be Why is 2021 going to be special? Why is it not just your normal bubble? And I think Raoul Pal, by the way, if you get an opportunity to watch a video with him in the next few weeks, he's just so on the money with his calls about why it's so exciting. The what he's revealing, by the way, in case you don't know him, he used to be a Goldman Sachs hedge fund trader, big deal, made his own fund, crazy rich. But the point is, he's called a macro guy. These are the guys who, they're not trading bonds all day. What they're doing is they're looking at the big picture and they're looking for something's not right. Oh, it's real estate. They're going to real estate funds. Oh, something's not right. Bonds are massively devalued. Let's go and they're always looking ahead at the macroeconomic things. Exactly the same thing that I do here on this channel, and looking for where to be. And among the billionaires in that class, they kind of know each other and they're friends. What he's revealed is that for years, we've all been involved in Bitcoin in our personal stash, but we had what is called career risk. We couldn't come out and buy Bitcoin in the funds in a public situation, because if Bitcoin goes south, you're an idiot. Like, everyone should have known Bitcoin was in a bubble, blah, 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 blah. But what's happening is a turning. Right now, in this period, right now, there is a turning and a change of philosophy. And we have so many people coming out and saying that Bitcoin's going to be great. Bitcoin's the next big thing. It's an incredible arbitrage moment. It's a new prime asset to hold on your balance sheet of your company, as a reserve asset. And the language has changed, and the career risk has gone down. If you invest in Bitcoin now and it goes down, hey, it's a bet. That happens in trading. A couple of years ago, if you invest in Bitcoin and it goes down, you look like an idiot. The career risk was super high, and they didn't have the courage to do it. What he's saying now, and I believe it because you're seeing it all over the place. You've got Paul Tudor Jones. You've got so many people. You've got Elon Musk tweeting about it now. You've got Michael Saylor. You've got Square investing in it, PayPal investing in it. You've got the Bitcoin Trust going crazy, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. There is just so much money coming into the space, so many great minds coming in. You're now saying, well, Michael Saylor did it, and PayPal did it, and Square did it, and Jack Dorsey did it, and da-da-da-da-da. And so the career risk has basically evaporated. And it happened much quicker than people thought. People thought it would take a year or two for this career risk to evaporate. The career risk has just evaporated almost instantaneously. And so all of these people are like, I have permission to get involved in something that I have sneakily been doing with my personal. So they already understand it. They've already got a really good indication of what Bitcoin's about. They were attracted to it. They invested their own money into it. But now they can come out and bring the institutional money with them without that tragic career risk associated to it. And so, what a lot of them are doing, they're standing up with big, bold investments. Probably the biggest of all would be Michael Saylor. So, for those of you who don't know, Michael Saylor, owns a company listed on the stock exchange. It's a Fortune 500 company. It's a monster, and well, he's the CEO of it, I should say. He doesn't own it, although I'm sure he owns plenty of the stock. But he put the company's just sitting around with $600 million in cash in the bank account, and they're like, they keep printing money. It's losing value. I can't, what do I do with this cash? This cash is just sitting around doing nothing. How do I get it to deploy? And through a process of elimination, he decided Bitcoin was the only thing worth investing in 2021. So he went and put, except for the working capital they need to make the company survive, they put the entire company's balance sheet in Bitcoin, $650 million. Then he doubled down on his bet. And by the way, he did that about 3-4 months ago. He's already tripled his money, right? And in fact, in the last 3 months, because of his Bitcoin investment, he's made more money than his company has made in the last 3 years combined. So he's just crushing it. So he doubled down. Now he hasn't got any more cash left in the company. He just went and raised $650 million at, check this, 0.75% interest. You're a Fortune 500 company. You say, look, I'll put the company guarantee behind it. We're selling a $650 million bond. The interest rate he got was 0.75% interest. And with that $650 million, he went and bought another $650 million worth of Bitcoin. So he is now into Bitcoin for $1 billion. And he is now heavily invested in showing the way for all of the other companies. Say, hey, you can put 5%, 10%, 20% into Bitcoin. And I think he came up with this an absolutely incredible argument. He said, the shift in narrative that's happening this year is really quite special. He said, prior to this year, Bitcoin was a speculative investment. There was a contrarian play that, was non-correlated asset to the stock market, and you can hedge and blah, blah, blah. And now it is a prime reserve asset and one of the safest places to be. And that's all happening in the last 12 months. So what happens is you've got 1% of the people risking 1% of their money on a speculative play to 100% of the people putting 50% of their reserve assets into it because it's now a prime reserve asset and a safe haven asset in a world gone mad with negative interest rates, etc. And that shift in mentality is all you need to know about why 2021 is just going to be off the charts epic. And so this is super exciting. I'm so excited for me. My fund is launching soon here in a few weeks. And so I just can't wait. The timing is absolutely perfect. And so 2021 is going to be epic. If you're not involved in Bitcoin, you need to get involved ASAP. If you've got some and you're looking to add some more, maybe I'd hold off until January. That might end up costing you a little bit, but there is a little bit of risk there, I think, in January because it often does post some pretty good red candles in January. So guys, that's it for me. I really appreciate, I know it's been a few weeks, but I really appreciate that. Let me know in the comments below. Has this video changed your mind at all? If it has, let me know, did your expectation go up or down for December 2021? Let me know, okay? Let me know in the comments below. Please like this video, subscribe it. I promise to make more videos. I've been really slack the last few weeks, but Christmas is winding down. I'll get back into it, and I'll see you guys again really soon. Thank you so much.